Let me guess, you've just gotten home from school and you're determined to get a ton of work done today. But as soon as you see your bed, you start feeling tired. So you think, let me just chill for a few minutes. And before you know it, you've been snuggled up in there scrolling through your phone for the last 3 hours. Unfortunately, this didn't just happen once in a while. It was actually a regular occurrence for me, especially back in school when I was tired all the time. But since then, I've evolved. No, I'm joking. I've just learned how to use my energy and skills in a way that allows me to get all my work done after classes, even when I am deadly tired and don't feel like doing anything. So let's go through my slightly unorthodox method and how you can adapt it for your routine as well. Maintain the school mode for an hour. When we're in school, most of us think and plan out all the work we have to get done when we get home. We're all motivated about it. Why is that? It's because you're a much more focused and productive individual in class. At the bare minimum, you're attending lessons, asking questions, and having to process new information constantly. Whereas when you come home, you're immediately in a comfortable, relaxed environment, and your brain knows it too. So naturally, you'll want to relax, eat, check social media, all of it before you start studying. And the bigger the gap between that focused state in school and your studying at home, the harder it'll be to get started in the first place. So when you get home, the smartest thing that you can possibly do is to not waste time planning, no eating, just get straight into the homeworks that you have to do. Simply taking that first step conditions us and gives us so much more confidence. If you can follow through with this, you've now maintained that productive, focused person you were in school, and you've also gotten the easier, smaller tasks out of the way. You've set yourself up for success by just coming home and simply working for 30 to 40 minutes straight. The 20 minutes focus break. Now you can take a 20 minutes break, but remember, no social media yet, none of that draining stuff. Because both of us know the second you jump on YouTube or TikTok, you're not getting off there for a while. They're literally designed to keep your attention for hours on end, and that's the worst thing you could possibly do right now. So these breaks shouldn't be used to distract you to that next level. Instead, use this one to recharge yourself after the whole day of school. Go take a shower, fuel yourself, eat something, catch up with family. These are the things that will mentally refresh you, and you'll be a lot more energized for the rest of the studying that you have to get done. Use your procrastination to your advantage. Cutoff times. Planning and saying, yeah, do trigonometry questions at 4:30, do the English essay at 6 isn't gonna work. All of us procrastinate way too much for a task list to work because we'll just keep pushing the work forward to the next hour, and the hour after that we'll go like, yeah, sorry, 4:30, oh no wait, 5 p.m. It's a whole number, you know. So instead of letting that work drag on and on, let's take advantage of our monkey brain by creating deadlines and cutoff points for each piece of work. For example, you only have until 6 p.m. to finish off all your math work before your swimming class. Or for me, during my filming days, such as this one, my cutoff time is 3 p.m. I can't have lunch before I'm done with all my videos. This mindset with planning changes everything. Your work keeps flowing throughout the day, and it kind of does allow for procrastination a little bit before you have to start, or else you won't finish your work by the cutoff time. Maximize your focus, not your time. Before I used to work like this. I took a huge break when I came home, started around 5 p.m. and then tackled those essay deadlines I had first, which would tire me out way too much. I try and half-ass some homework before dinner, and from 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. I then worked on my revision, maths, physics difficult questions, and I never was able to do them. I got lazy. I could never be bothered to finish everything. Yes, I was working in terms of what was due tomorrow, what the priority was, but it made no sense in terms of my energy levels. Our focus is like your phone battery. The more you use it in school, or the more you use it even while scrolling, the more it'll get drained. Yes, you can rest and recharge it, but as the day goes on, it will ultimately drop, and you will be more likely to get distracted and less likely to do high activation energy tasks. So I knew if I tried to keep practicing difficult maths questions late at night, I was just gonna fail. My energy levels would be too low, I wouldn't be motivated, and I would keep pushing it to tomorrow. Instead, I now split my after school time into 3 parts. The ideal after school schedule for me. In the first part, as I've mentioned, I don't want to burn too much energy by jumping into something too difficult right now, but I still want to get started and get something done. So I do the easy tasks, the chill homeworks that I want to do to recap what I've learned in school today for about an hour, and then I take a 20 minutes break. This just makes so much more sense focus-wise. The second part is after that break. I now have the fuel to sit down and properly do the revision and studying. The maths practice, the things I have to use my brain to understand and learn for. And I do this for about 2 to 3 hours, proper studying, focused, hard work, and then I take a longer break to chill, in which I meet friends, I make dinner, I go on YouTube, Netflix, whatever I want to do. And then the third part of the day is usually between 9-10 p.m. and 12 a.m. is when I do my essays, do the project work, the deadlines, the non-studying type of stuff. I'm now starting with the easiest stuff, then doing the studying that's challenging but doesn't have a deadline, and then finishing it off with the project-based deadline work. It's smart because by getting the studying done before before I do the project work, I can't really get out of the studying itself, and I can't push it to the next day like I used to before. And it's also much more in tune with the level of focus I have. You can also do the opposite, because I have a friend who works better earlier in the day, and what he does is that he gets all this studying, the challenging maths problems type work done way before school even starts, from like 5-6 a.m. to 8 a.m. so that when he comes home after school, he only has to get done the homeworks and the project-based things that he has to do. The point is, you should do your work based on your energy levels throughout the day. We're doing calendars and timetables all wrong. Making time slots for work in our calendar and planning our studying out in blocks never works out, because it completely sucks out all the flexibility. And if you aren't on track with one or two things, then the whole thing collapses. So to maintain flexibility but still get work done, I set strict deadlines for the final pieces of work that I need to get done in the week. So what this means, instead of saying do anatomy of the spinal cord and back from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on this day, all I'll put down is get the anatomy of the back done by Thursday. I have till Thursday to finish it, period. And this gives full freedom to do it whenever you're in a state to do it, but it also acts as a strict deadline to get the stuff done by. It's the same with my weekly task list. Every week on Monday, I make a list of tasks that have to be done by Sunday midnight. This again gives freedom to do the work whenever I want, depending on my deadlines and external commitments that day. It basically tells me that, bro, I don't care when you get all of this stuff done, but get it done by this specific day. And that acts as such a positive time pressure to get the work done. So yes, strict deadlines with full freedom to get the work done whenever you want is really helpful with getting more work done every week. All the strategies mentioned also help me catch up with work in med school, but if you want to see what I actually do to catch up in work when I've fallen really behind, then check this video out. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope this has helped, and I'll see you in the next one.